What is going on, guys? It is Matt with Sith Bricks, and I am back after the long hiatus doing live streams. Gosh, it feels like it's been forever, but it's only been a couple of weeks. Had my vacation, which was really good. I had to come home and take care of some things. I know I've told some of you guys I got some personal stuff I'm still dealing with, but that comes and goes. But it hasn't stopped me. I've got my next set. I know you guys all saw, some of you saw it, but we're now starting on the Mould King TIE Bomber here. This is the most recent Mould King set that's been released. It's kind of nice because this is actually done in like what they call newspaper style, where the booklet's the long way. So normally most of their booklets, it's the tall way. Sorry, most of the Mould King books are the long way. So it's pretty cool that we get one, quote unquote, the tall way, or I called it hot dog. I think hot dog or hamburger style. I don't know what they teach kids is. I don't know if they're offended by calling books hot dog or hamburger style. I can't keep up with it. But at any rate, this is what we got going on. There's 7 bags total. I thought there's actually 9 bags, but there's 7 bags total. But bags 6 and 7 have 2 bags that are with them. So it's just a total of 7 bags, plus the accessories bag. But the accessories bag was really nice because for the first time ever, I didn't get the little pinchers of death. One of my bags has the nice these black cover tiles. There's probably a couple hundred of these. You got some covers. We're probably be doing a lot of these round covers. So that's another one. And then the pretty standard, it's the 1x2 with that stud on top. So I was pretty stoked that my accessory bag did not have the pinchers of death in it. The only drawback to this set is I didn't get another MVP. That's right. The MVP was not present and accounted for. But thanks to the fact that I have 3 already from my previous 3 sets, we just subbed in this bad boy and we're okay. So we got an MVP and ready to go. But granted, guys, I think there's a reason why there isn't an MVP in this, because when you look at this, a lot of this, you got a round and bendy parts, so to speak, angled pieces. So besides maybe doing some slight hammering on the panels, I don't think I'm going to need it that much. But it still kind of stunk because I was really looking forward to getting an MVP with my set to be up to 4. But it's okay. Still got plenty. All is good. So, yeah. So the first thing before I get building, I got 5 people on. What's up, guys? Make sure you guys like the stream and comment because, again, more interaction only helps it out, was where I got this set. So one thing I was pretty happy with getting this set is I found it on Walmart. That's right. You can get Mould King on good old Walmart. So I was just bored one day snooping sites. I'm like, well, let me check Poverty Mart out and see what they got going on for them. So I actually hopped on the old phone here. I'll show you guys here in a second. And you can just search Mould King Star Wars, which, see if I can do this. Oh, look at that hotness. And you see it's right there. Now, I recommend when you guys sort this out, sort it out by price being the highest, because Mould King, if you search it, it's going to give you ice molds. So you're going to have to sort through a whole bunch of like Star Wars ice molds to get to it. But if you go to the price is high, it'll search it out. And you guys can see there, they've got the Sandcrawler there. They've got the Eclipse, whatnot. Now, you do have to be careful, though, because this is Walmart third-party sellers. They may advertise something, but when you put it in the cart, it becomes something different. And it's this one right here. Watch this. So I'm going to see if I can do this reverse. I'm going to go and add this to the cart. All right. Nope. Never mind. Hold on a second. So real quick, you guys can see here that you have one Star Destroyer Monarch is $380. The next one is $205. You think $205 is a great steal, right? Well, you add it to your cart, and then you go up here. Oh, yep. There's my notification that I'm live for my email. All right. And you go up here and you check the cart, knowing full well that we put a Star Destroyer in there, but it comes up as the AT-AT Walker. All right. So that's because Walmart doesn't verify their third-party sellers. So it'll actually fix itself once you add it into the cart. But on the flip side is you can get things cheap. This thing was $140 on AliExpress. I got it on Walmart for $100 even. So if you guys are interested in some sets and you can find them cheaper, go with Walmart. You're buying from a U.S. retailer for those that have access to it. So I thought that was really cool that I was actually able to get this from good old Poverty Mart. And it was cheaper than AliExpress. And it was about the same delivery time. It was about a week from the time I ordered it, till I got here because it had to come out of California. All right. So enough about all that fun stuff. The MVP is ready to go. I'm all set up over here as usual. I got everything laid out. There was actually 6 bags inside bag 1 for this. And it's going to be Technic heavy. I can feel it already. And you guys remember all the fun I had doing the engines on the Venator? Well, look what I get to do again. It's like Venator engines round 2, a whole bunch of cylindrical parts stacked on each other because we're obviously making the cockpit and the bombing pod here on the TIE Bomber. So without further ado, we're going to go and get cracking on this. So as always, guys, put stuff in the comments. I will answer as I can. And so we're going to get rolling here. Let me get myself set up here. Oh, and I am working on the room downstairs. One last thing. So hopefully by the end of September, if maybe not sooner, I'll have my brand new Lego room / man cave completely done, flushed out. And this will get 100 times better, guys. You won't have to worry about the laptop going up and down. I got a whole new setup. I'll have everything out displayed. It's going to be choice. So just bear with me a few more live streams, and then we'll get to a much better setup with the good lighting, the whole 9 yards. I'll have multiple camera angles, the whole shebang. So here we go. So, yep, up to 5. I like it. So, but yep, it was nice to go home to Colorado and see friends and whatnot. And so I definitely enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I definitely, it was hard for me not to walk around Colorado and do shopping, because I wanted to buy a whole bunch of stuff. But then I'm like, they charge tax in Colorado when you buy stuff. And I was like, nah, I'll just wait till I get back to Delaware where there is no tax. So, that was kind of hard because they had some cool Legos there that I wanted. Like I was thinking about picking up a Republic fighter tank for one of my kids. But I'm like, man, 8% tax on things like that? Nah, no thanks. So I'll just go back to Delaware and get it tax-free. So, but yeah. So, all right, we'll get building here. So let's see. How is this going to work here? Imagine this just goes on in the middle here. Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't mess that up. That's good. Didn't mess up the first part. Got that going for me. Yay me. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, these pieces right here. So, yeah, you guys put in your comments. Talk to me. What's going on? We hadn't talked for a couple of weeks. Let me know what's going on with y'all. All right. There is a lot of Technic rods for this one. I have probably 12 Technic rods total to put in through this or for this bag too, just this bag alone. So there's going to be a lot of that. Let's see. Thank you for the 2 likes. I appreciate it. I am enjoying the wonderful Delaware weather right now. It's amazing. The humidity has been blown out to sea, so to speak. So there's no humidity. The high is 82. It got down to 66 last night, which is pretty nice. I cracked open those windows because I, just love paying for air conditioning. So that was really nice to be able to do that. So, it's nice that the heat's finally pushed out. When I left, it was miserable here. So. Oh, man, DJ Jack, I'm sorry you were missing pieces, dude. Which ones were they? I can check my extras. If I've got the extras of them, I can send you pieces to them and help you out. So give me a description of them. I'll go dig my extras bag out and see if I can help you with those, man. And I appreciate you liking the Eclipse build. Thing was tricky, man. Woo! Yeah, I don't know if you had some of the issues you saw me having with it, but that was by far some expert level building right there. But yeah, let me know, DJ Jack. And I know I've showed you this guys before, but one thing I do is when I have like these pieces right here where you got to put a stud on the end of one, the easiest way to get these to lay flat is I put them on something hard and I'll push on them like this. Oops. Yep, there we go. I knocked it on the floor. Okay. Got that taken care of, and I lost it too. Oh no, I lost. Oh, there it is. it's never a build without me knocking something on the floor. But yeah, whenever I have these pieces, guys, a great way to make sure that they're lined up properly is put them on something flat and just push them like this. And that'll get the stud piece to line up flat with it. So, okay, good. I'm glad you were able to get it, Jack. Yeah, I used when you watch my Venator build, I had to use Lego pieces to fill in the gap on the Venator build. And so if you decide to get the Venator, you definitely want to watch that because there's a big hole in the top of it that I really wasn't keen on. And thankfully I had the Lego pieces to fix it. But then I covered it with Mould King. So, you know, the Mould King covers up the Lego so it doesn't, you know, it hides it. So, but yeah, I'm glad you were able to do it. Yeah, it's a tough one. I've got about 200 minifigures sitting in bags right now that I've been getting from my minifigure site. I cannot wait to flush out the interior of that Eclipse with all these minifigures. It's gonna look amazing. I can't wait. It's a little bit of water here because I need hydration. All right. This is gonna be a interesting, fun build, that's for sure. All right, need another plate. There's so many of these pieces, too, for this one. I got an entire cup full of them, so. All right, come on. Very exciting. This is going to go right on top. Yep. There we go. So, yep, that's where we're at right now. I have a feeling this is going to be a very repetitious build with having to build these pods out. But that's sometimes the fun of it, I guess you could say the fun of it. So. Yep, I'm going to be doing a lot of this too. So you're going to see me pushing these guys flat to get them to seat properly. So let's see. Excuse me. Okay. All right, let's see here. It looks like we got a interesting thing here. Hold on a sec. Let me get this into place here, guys. I know I saw a couple more chat bubbles come up. Let me throw this on here real quick. Oh, hey, Levi, what's up? Let's see. Worked anything Mould King since the Venator? Yeah, you've been working on Lego kits. I hear you. Let's see. DJ, the only TIE fighter I've seen with Mould King is the Bomber. I have not seen any of the other TIEs like the IN, the LN, or whatnot. You know, the sorry, not the Scimitar, the Interceptor or the regular one. So I imagine that they're going to do them. It's just a matter of time. But the TIE Bomber is the only one that they have. And they actually just released a new set. Mould King did. It's Kylo Ren's command shuttle from The Last Jedi. So it's the all black one. I probably won't get that one just because it's the sequel trilogy. It just does not blow my skirt up at all. So I'll probably pass on that one. But yeah, they just released the Kylo Ren's command shuttle, but this is the only TIE fighter in there. So let's see, Levi. Let's see, I'm on the last kit as I'm typing this. 12th. Oh, you got the Monarch. Nice, Levi. Yep. The Monarch is going to be my next one for sure. That'll be the one I can't wait to get started on Monarch. And yes, DJ, the sequel is really bad. It's terrible. Every time I see it on TV, it just makes me upset that people paid to get that, like thinking that I can't imagine that makes any money for TNT or whoever has it. Like, you know. So one thing I noticed here is I have to leave one side here open. You see, I got these three here, so I got to remember to pay attention to the open side here. This may be key going forward. So, because you know me, I don't pay attention to stuff until it's too late. So, you know, hopefully my brain works properly for me this time and we're good there. That's going to be interesting. So what I just noticed here is when I snap these together, you need to make sure that these are all going to line up as you do this. So, and they move. I'm able to move both of these with my fingers. So you guys are going to have to kind of fiddle with it to make sure everything is seated and lined up properly. So I just now noticed it and want to make sure you guys are aware of it and make sure I get my, where's that gap at? Okay, the gap should be right there. Okay. So let's see. I've got a lot of Lego sets to build myself, Levi. I just haven't, I decided to do this instead. I actually thought this was going to be a little bit bigger, but I'm not complaining. You know, a small size one. This will take me a couple of weeks to do. So, yeah. Yep. Yep, Levi, it's the bomber. Let me see. Okay. So one thing here, the instructions, make sure if you guys do this, this piece here, because you have two discs here, it needs to line up with these right here in order for it to seat properly. So I'm trying to pay attention to this stuff now because you know me, I usually don't, and then I end up having to pay for it later. All right, so that's where we're at right now. I'll be doing a lot of stacking on this one. Let's see. I was kind of shocked to see how much yellow is in this already. Now, granted, it'll be covered, but this is the first time I feel kind of almost Lego Happy Meal-ish with putting this together with all the yellow that's in it. So, you know, I was hoping there'd be a lot of gray and black, and I'm sure there will be in the later bags, but, you know, hopefully they didn't get the Lego curse and start putting colored parts in there like they have been. So, what was it? Did they already make a mistake? No, I didn't. Sorry, I'm focusing on this right now, guys. It's no, that's on there, right? Got a little piece here that's gonna already given me fits, so I made it in there to say. All right, you little. So that's weird. It's showing the pieces different than what I needed to do right here, and so I'm going to pull this back real quick and make sure I didn't mess this up at all. No, it doesn't make any sense to have it like that. It'd have to be. All right, give me a second here. I think it's just a bad like relay. No, they don't have to be the same height. It's got to be over here. Okay, I see what they did here. So it threw me off getting this piece on here. I couldn't figure out how they wanted to line up, but then I realized if I just looked down, it would give me the alignment here. So very, very tricky. And again, my brain is going crazy because I can see that they're not lined up. But I think I'm going to use my old trick where I would take a long brick and smash it on here and line them up that way versus me trying to finger adjust these every time, even though my brain is telling me to do it right now. I got to stop. All right, so I got that figured out there. Just took a minute. Let's see here. Where's my piece at? Oh gosh, I'm looking for a stud. I need a stud like this, but I need this in dark gray, so that's what I'm looking for right now. I found the two light gray ones, but where's the dark gray one? Ooh, look, they snuck it in on me. Oh, those dirty, dirty people. They hid it in a bag. My fingers hurt just by looking at it and touching it. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to stare down a pile of small things to look for a small thing that I need. My eyes are definitely not going crossed on me, that's for sure. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go to my extras bag here because I don't have the color that I'm supposed to have, and I don't want to burn an extra one here. So I'm going to go get my extras real quick, and that way I can make sure I have the right color because I know I have extras of this color. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, there we go. The extras bag. Everything I've ever had in Mould King. This is all the extras right here. But I've used a lot of these on the Venator to make it look a lot better. So I'm almost positive I got it. Well, actually, let me seal this up real quick. See if I see one in here. That way I don't have to dump out the bag. No. All right. Well, I'm going to sub in a light gray one out of my bag here. It's not too hard. I'll figure it out later on with a dark gray one, but maybe this will get covered up and it won't even be seen. Of course, now that I need one, I can't get my fingers on one. Oh, it just went down. There it is. All right, extras bag already coming through in the clutch. All right. It looks weird, but I'll survive. So yeah, that's what I just did right there. This weird piece threw me off, but once you get it married up, it'll look right, and hopefully that'll just get covered up. So. All right. Now we're going to do some some rigging here. Getting all these pieces into place here. Guys, I can't even describe you how excited I am to get into my new place to do, or to my new room downstairs to be able to do this work. It's going to make it so much easier. And this Mould King book, everything is outlined in red, which is what I like. The last book I had where the yellow outline was brutal. So it's back to being red in color, which I really like. So that means a lot. So we're going to leave that there because I don't need it right now. All right. This set, DJ Jack, has got 3,600 plus. So normally with Mould King, I just rounded up, I'd say 3,700 pieces for this set. So, which is very small for Mould King, considering most of their stuff is 6, 7, 12,000. You know, you get up to the Eclipse and Monarch, which are the big boys. So, but yeah, 3,700 tops. You know, I do have to say though, after I was done with the Venator, I did not have the extras that I thought I was going to have when I finished with the Venator. So that was kind of weird. You know, by far the Executor gave me the most extras of any set that I've had. So let's see. Oh, that just fits in the circle. Okay. Oh no, it goes in here like this. Interesting. I hope this will get fixed, but right now these pieces just sit in here like this, which I find pretty weird, but I have a feeling it'll get fixed here in a little bit. Okay. I'm doing this Technic work right now. Let me get this back down. So, yeah, it was. I was actually thought it'd be more DJ Jack. So, my set, my favorite is the Eclipse, hands down. Yeah, Levi too. The Eclipse, because you get interior play, super customizable. It just can't be beat. Don't ruin it for me, Levi, because you're going to stop Monarch in front of me. But if you already looked, I hope Monarch has interior play. But we'll see when I get it and I get started building. But Levi, don't spoil it. I haven't seen anything. Don't ruin it, buddy. No sending me random text messages. Let's see there. Okay. All right, so that's what I just did right there. I was kind of weird, but it worked. So now I got to get this into here. Okay, I see how. So yeah, so now it sits in here just like this. So very interesting to say the least. We'll see how they shore this up. That's the only bad thing about this instruction book was it. The long ones, I could have more workspace right here and you guys could see it better. But this book kind of makes it tricky because it's a longer book. But we shall adapt and overcome. Let's see. Yep, just like that. So that's where the MVP right there helped out. You need to make sure that this piece here is hammered in, because otherwise the bricks won't be able to sit on top of it. So give it a little love with the MVP. Take the rubber nozzle off so you make the good contact. But right there, MVP coming in strong. This black piece in the middle you don't have to worry about, because the hole on this piece will go right over it, so it'll work. Ooh, hot potato. There we go. So this is where we're at. Got the first connector up, so let's see. Oh man, nice, Oppo. You got the Razor Crest, That'll be interesting to see, if how good theirs is compared to the Lego one when it comes out. I think they said October for the Razor Crest, the Lego UCS, because we know that's the UCS set. It's gonna happen. It's the worst kept secret in Lego. So let's see. I do not have a Razor yet. Oh, it's on the. You guys are talking to each other. Okay, never mind. I will not get the Razor Crest either, because he's a good guy. You know me, I stick to bad guys. And I'm going to convert my Venator. I'm going to get rid of all the red and turn it into, at the end of Revenge of the Sith. So before anybody gets too wild on me for my Venator, it's going to it's going to look like at the Revenge of the Sith with all gray on it. And I'm on the fence about the Justifier. Cad Bane's ship looks really cool, I'll be honest with you, but the price tag on the Justifier is really kind of putting me off with that one. I mean, it is pretty neat that they were able to work in how the back end raises up and that brings the landing gear up, but the Scythe is a far better set for the price than the Justifier is. And I know why they jacked it up a little bit, because they said prices, but it's also because it has Omega in it for those that are the Bad Batch collectors. It's the only way to get Omega. Or my kids keep calling her Omega. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I haven't really watched the Bad Batch. I know, shame on me. But yeah, that's the one interesting thing about that is I just don't know if I'm a fan of the price tag on the Justifier. How's your day going? I somehow managed to put this little stud piece on the top instead of the side there. So, that's how my day's going. It's one of my bigger pieces. There we go. What do you guys think? Is anybody going to get the Justifier? Or are you guys just sticking, like, the new sets? What's everybody going to get? For me right now, it's just the Scythe. And maybe the ATTE when it finally comes out. And again, for those that don't know, the ATTE is delayed until at least October, because I went up to my local Lego store here in Delaware, and they said they're hoping to get it with the October release. There is a misprint that was discovered when they sent it out to everybody who's part of the Lego Ambassador Network. So there's a really bad misprint, and I'm sure a few of the guys cover it. But they've recalled all the sets, and you probably won't see the ATTE until October because they've got to fix it all. You already got the ATTE, Levi? That's awesome. You may have the misprint then, because they pulled it all back. You can't get it anywhere. I get a Lego magazine, and it says the ATTE is coming soon. So good for you. You've probably got the misprint, which is cool. I don't know what the misprint is, but I've just been told it's got a bad misprint. So if you have it, great. But if you don't have it or weren't able to get it for whatever reason, you're probably not going to see it, at least on Lego, till October, which probably means everybody else. So Levi, if you find the misprint, let me know. So, you got them at Costco. Cool. My Costco is 45 minutes away, and there's toll roads between me and my Costco. So that's why I don't have a membership anymore, because I just hate tolls. Don't like paying them, especially when I don't have to. So Yeah, you ordered the Justifier. I just can't bring myself for $170. The AT-AT Walker for Empire Strikes Back was only what was that, $160? So the Justifier is $10 more, and it just feels like so much lesser of a set to me than the AT-AT Walker from Empire Strikes Back. So that's just me. Okay, I almost skipped ahead of myself there. Whew. Caught myself looking ahead again. You guys know I suffer with that problem big time. The weirdest noise. So one thing that's nice, they give you this as a reference point when you're building this, because this is the locking arm for this right here. So this is a good visual reference when you're putting this all together to make sure everything is lined up properly. Apoyo Loco, the Mould King Eclipse is going to run you probably around 400, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the website you get it from. About once a month, usually at the beginning of the month, Mould King will usually have like a sale where they'll take it from what they call 20% off to 25% off. I waited, and I think I paid $360 for mine, but I've seen it as high as like 450, 600. But if you can get it under 400, that's what I would look for, Loco, on that one. So it's just so many pieces. Same thing with the Monarch. They're just such massive sets. Anything under 400 is going to be about where you want to be. And again, for those that weren't on here at the beginning, I found the TIE Bomber on Walmart for $100, which was $30 cheaper than it was on AliExpress. So if you guys are deal hunting, hop onto Walmart's website if you have access to Walmart and see if you can't find it cheaper. And plus, it's from Walmart. But again, Walmart doesn't verify what you're clicking on. So I got a few different guys on now. I'm going to show it again here real quick with this. So, oh yeah, you got it on for eBay. Nice, good job there. So let me do this real quick. See, we got some different ones on here. So right here, there's a Mould King. It says the Monarch is $205, but if you go to add it, it adds it to the cart. But you come up here to the cart. Oh, nope, I hit the search button. Thought I did it. But you can see it's actually the AT-AT Walker. Now, what you see in the cart is actually what you're going to get. So you have to pay attention on Walmart that you don't get tripped up by that. I check it every day because maybe they'll screw it up and they'll put the right ship in there and then I can buy it because that's the one that's in the cart. So, but Walmart is definitely out there. Kind of blew me away that they had it, but I mean, Walmart sells everything. Just make sure you sort it price high to low. Cause again, if you search Mould King Star Wars on Walmart, you're going to see a lot of ice cube molds. So that's a way to get it there or get it from Walmart. So. Now, if you guys also, I just happened to be at Walmart the other day doing school supply shopping, which isn't my favorite place to go, but my Target almost got burned down, so I can't go to Target right now. It's a travesty. But my Walmart had a whole bunch of Lego sets on clearance. There was no Star Wars ones, but there's a lot of those Lego, like 90 Years of Play sets that are already on clearance. So if that's your guys' cup of tea, check your Walmarts. You may be able to find them. I've seen them like $6, $7 off their retail price. So I mean, there's nothing I would buy, but I did see a sizable chunk of Lego on sale. A whole bunch of Ninjago is on clearance right now, too. So, again, if that's your guys', if you like those or your kids like them, there's a whole bunch of Ninjago. at least at my Walmart on clearance. So yep. So I'm doing pretty much, I'm going to be doing the same thing now pretty repetitiously. So I'm still pretty stoked you got that for 180 on eBay, Loco. So that's a pretty solid price. I think I paid like because I just winged it on AliExpress like the day after Christmas, and I think I paid $220 for my executor. So, but I was like throwing a Hail Mary. I was like, I just gave some dude in China my money. I was like, I didn't think this was going to work. I was super nervous. I thought for sure I was losing my money. So I'm going to keep the camera up a little bit higher, guys, because you are not seeing anything that you haven't seen. I'm going to be doing the same thing for about 3 more steps, so it's not like you're missing out on stuff. So, and this technique where I push them into the counter is super helpful for lining them up. All right. I probably would have gotten the Monarch before this one, but I had to do back to school shopping for my kids and a whole bunch of other stuff. So had to go with something that was more budget friendly. But I can't wait to get my hands on Monarch. That's going to be great. And you guys aren't missing anything. I'm just very repetitious building. As you can see how tall the cylinder is getting. So it's not all that exciting. I did have fun at the Brick Fair in Virginia. I'm really glad I didn't stay 2 days because it was small, really small. I mean, you could walk around and do everything. We walked around the entire place like 3 times, saw all the sets and whatnot in about 3.5 hours. So I spent 5-6 hours in the car to walk around for 3 hours. So I'm really glad that I didn't stay an extra time, but it was pretty neat to walk around. My boys had fun. Let's see. Yeah, I hear you, Polio. There's, eBay is a place. Look, I may look for eBay for Monarch to see if I can't find something. AliExpress, if you just use PayPal goods and services, you're covered. So that's something to think of. If you find it on AliExpress, just use PayPal. That's what I do when I buy off of there. I'll make sure it's that or use a major credit card because that always has fraud protection on it too. So, but it was interesting at the Brick Fair that I went to in Virginia. Guess who was there? The M&R Productions guy, Ryan, was there. So my kids went and met him because they know who he is and they enjoyed meeting him and whatnot. And he probably has no idea about me, and I'm fine with that. And I asked him about Mould King, and he's an elitist. He's like, I don't do that stuff. I'm just loyal to Lego only. I can't bring myself to do those kind of things. So it was mainly for my kids, but I thought I'd throw him a curveball, see if I could trip him up a little bit. But he's a Lego elitist. But I do have to say he was nice to my kids. He was personable. Even though he acts really rich and snobby on YouTube, he was actually pretty decent in person. So he still is who he is, so to speak. But at least my kids got to meet a famous YouTuber. They thought that was pretty cool. No, I did not expect to see him there, but he was there. So, and they had a couple of cool sets out and about. They had one of my personal favorites was that they had some guy had the Tower of Barad-dûr, complete with the complete battle of the last alliance of men and elves. So I'm talking about Lord of the Rings. For those that didn't pick up on that, the Tower of Barad-dûr is Sauron's tower. So it was a pretty sweet setup. The tower itself was about 3 feet tall, and he probably had about 300-400 minifigs doing the battle. So it was pretty cool. And they had a huge Jedi temple there, but apparently these guys travel the country, and they tried to sell me the blueprints to their Jedi temple for $600. And I'm not paying you $600 just so I could build a massive Lego set. Sorry, guys. I appreciate the hustle, but not today. Oh. And there was the usual people that had way overpriced Lego sets in there too. So I thought that was kind of funny. There was a few guys there that, like, one guy had the Snow Trooper Battle Pack for $50, and I'm like, you can get this for $20 online, man. In my head, I'm like, I feel bad for the person that gets suckered into buying that, to be honest with you. So let's see. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat to walk around the brick fair. So yeah. Yeah, agreed, Loco. I like saving money too. So all right, let's see what we got here. So I'm actually doing something a little different here. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you guys can kind of see. I'm actually building something here. It looks like it could potentially be another connector piece to the pods, to connect the pods, so to speak. No, a little bit bigger one. All right. So what I did is I just finagled this piece right here, and it's going to go right on top here and lock into place. So there we go. So now, as you can see, they're offset of each other, but I think that's on purpose. We'll see here what's going on. I don't know. See, the more I look at it, I think this connects to the other pod, and this is going to be a wing attachment when it comes time. But well, I'm sure we will figure it out. Not in any rush to try to solve that mystery. Oh boy, no, I'm doing the same thing again. So I'm gonna tilt the camera up and see you guys more because it's the same old, same old. It's still got a whole stack of things to go through. So there was the priciest Lego set I saw there. Somebody had the UCS Slave One. It's Slave One, not Boba Fett Starship. For the last time, Slave One. Don't let the words hurt you. And they were selling it for $1,100, and I probably had an inch of dust on the top of it for that reason. I almost bought. There's a guy there who had the 2016 AT-AT Walker that has the Darth Vader in the corner. He wanted like $180 for it, and I'm like, dude, I can get this online for $140, so I'll pay you $140 for it right now. But he was like, nope, got to have $180, and I'm like, all right, buddy, your loss. You hold on to your AT-AT Walker, and I'll go buy it cheaper online. That's what I don't get sometimes is like, if I can find it cheaper online, that's what I'm going to do. So, don't try to fight me. I was like, I was like, he lost out on a sale for what, $40? I'm like, yeah, man, sorry, dude. I was like, I can get it cheaper on eBay and have it in a week. So, oh, nice, man. You got yours for retail. Yeah. See, I'm late to the Lego game. I started about a year and a half ago, so I've missed out on a lot of sets, but thankfully I've been able to get some of the more ones that I want. I'm sure there's a few that eventually I'll save up for and I'll pay a pretty penny for, but that's just, it is what it is. But I'm patient with it. I'll take my time and, wait for sets to kind of come around and become more affordable. So only need one. Took me a minute. I just had, for some reason, my eyes are playing tricks on me where that piece wanted to go. Like this piece lines up with every other one, but for some reason it was just playing tricks on my eyes up there, like they couldn't figure out the spot. So, all right. And I still like it here. The nice thing is they got these things right here, so you can check the length of your rods. I do this every time because I cannot eyeball these distances even if I wanted to. So let's see here. If you hear any weird noises, that's my kids playing in the back. So they're just being, I let them play on video games, and then their headphones are in. And so instead of talking at a normal volume, they're screaming at each other playing games because their volume is turned up so high in their headphones. Yep. Yep, those are my kids. Look at me. Okay. All right. So now we got this piece sticking out this way, lined up this way with the wing piece. So all right, got a little got some variety going on here. So let's see what we got going on here. Am I missing another piece already? Yep, I sure am. Yep, I am definitely. So I'm supposed to have 2 of these, and I have a gray one because there's an odd gray one sitting over here. But again, I think this is all going to get. Let me see if it's going to get. Yeah, it's going to get covered up, so I don't care. All right. So that's 2 pieces that are miscolored already. Pretty sweet. Not really. Yeah, we're just building this up right now. Again, I'm really not excited to see all this yellow everywhere, but it is what it is. That's what we're dealing with right now. I feel like I'm building the mustard tower. Like I should call this, French's mustard tower. Let's see what else. All right, man. Take it easy, Pollo. We'll see you around, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. If you're still on. I just now saw that. My bad. Focusing on my mustard tower. If you guys like stacking and repetition, this is the set for you. But I imagine these are going to be the 2 hardest parts, is getting these engine pods built. After this, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty smooth sailing. Okay. Just need 1/6, which I think is this one. Yep. So I'm doing another one of these things where I put together with the rods. So that's what you guys see me staring at right now. So if you've done this right, you should have so far 3 rods sticking out. You've got this piece over here, and you got the long one over here in the middle. So that's where we're at. Hey, look, I'm doing more of the same. So exciting. All right, let's see here. I need another circle. It's actually not too bad for height. I mean, that's it next to my iPhone, so it's as tall as I've got the iPhone 11 Max, and so it's as tall as that. So it's pretty cool. All right. Look what I'm doing again, guys. I'm sticking all these fun things together. Yay. All right. Let's see what they got me doing here. I don't need to point the camera down anymore because this thing is tall enough. There we go. Now I did add this piece right here. As you can see, it broke the stack, but as long as this piece here is lined up over these 3 rods, you're doing it right. And again, use this as your visual. This is the front. Like when I'm doing all my building in the book, this piece right here is what you need to keep facing towards you. Excuse me. So you make sure you put it all together properly. No, it's pretty rigid. I can really push down on it now. Before, I didn't want to push down on it too. I was afraid it was going to blow out. So let's see. You guys are not missing much. I am still doing the same thing I've been doing all. You can see how much I've had to do this all the way up the tower. So there is not much going on. Okay. Doing it again. Pretty tall tower now. Let's see. All right. Oh, we're finally doing something other than the tower. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop everything. We finally got something else other than the tower to build. All right, doing something different here. Let's see what we got. Of all the building things I really dislike sometimes is when they do this. So we have 4 pieces here, but they're using this piece here to hold them all together. So there's only one stud from each of these. Now I'm sure it'll get structured up when I'm done, but this is one of my least favorite building techniques when this kind of stuff is done. Okay. All right, sorry guys, I'm just really focused on this right now. I just want to make sure I get it right. It's still not all that structurally sound, so I'm being very careful with this because these things can still pop off pretty quickly. Right. So that's what I just built right there was this guy right here. It's still really loose here in the middle. I really hope this gets fixed somehow, but let's see here. Because it is not sound at all. Okay. Okay. So there's actually a hole in one of the pieces up here. So it actually snaps together and it locks into it here. Sorry, I got my bad camera angle. It's kind of hard to see, but they lock in that way together. There's a brick up here that's got a hole in it. So we're going to see how this works with the other side here real quick. So yeah, this is the brick I'm talking about. So this piece here will lock into place with the other one. Okay. So you're going to take this piece with that open brick right here, and it's going to lock into place with this one over here. Make sure that on these ones, these 2 pieces are pushed down. I didn't have mine pushed down, and now that they're pushed down, it makes a lot more sense on how this is supposed to work. Okay. Now, if it's done right, according to the book, you should see how these pieces are, it allows it to move a little bit, but it should be flexed that way only. Now, again, this is not on here all that solid, guys. So be careful with this piece. It's kind of snapped into place, but it's not like brick locked into place. So just watch out when you're messing with it. Let's see. Okay, now we're starting to do some fun Technic stuff with this here. Let's see. And if you guys can hear my kids yelling, just I apologize. They're being loud playing their games, which is what they're going to do. But sometimes it's like, could I buy, like, instead of buying a vowel, can I buy some silence? Okay, I put that on the wrong one. Okay, so this is a little technical. Make sure when you're doing this part that these pieces line up just like this. So this bottom one won't have any bricks on it, but you can see the top two ones, they have the pieces attached to them. Okay. Oh, good. Man, I thought I was missing another one. Thank goodness I got one left. Woo! All right. Doing some Technic work right now. Sorry, it's not all that entertaining, guys. I'm pushing pieces, getting them ready to go for the whatever's up next here. There you go. So that's what I just did right there, was put all this together here. Yeah, should be lining up. Hmm. Why does this not want to line up? Oh, do they have to? I bet you these ones have to go through here. Yep, I bet you the top and bottom one have to go through here to allow it to line up properly. Oh, I see my mistake. I was like, why is this not working, guys? It's because I put too many on here. So I thought I had to have these caps on all of them. The caps only need to be on the center one. So I was like, why is this not lining up properly? It's because, again, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Har, 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 har. That's just typical for me. Oh, what a shocker. It works now. All right, see, now it works now because I did it right. Oh, about to lose my battery. Glad I caught that in time. All right, sorry, I had to take a dramatic pause, take a drink. All right, we're still plugging on here. I got a couple on. Thanks, guys, for those that have been hanging on. Appreciate it. As usual, I give myself fits with my own build sometimes because my brain sees something that my eyes do not. So... No, not yet. Not yet. It's trying to make sure that this pattern lines up properly. It's like at a S or a 5, depending on how you look at it. That's what I'm trying to do right now is make sure this pattern is lined up properly. Excuse me, had a hiccup because, that's just another thing I just love to do during the middle of a live stream is, have a wonderful hiccup. So if that's done right, it should look like this from this end. And if you look at it from the back end, even though I got a piece here, this piece is spun around. It should not be this direction. Let me get a rod and flip it back around. So this piece should be facing this way. And I'm sure it'll get tightened up at some point. But if you're looking at it that way, that's the correct way. And then this way, this is the correct way. So very tricky, but I like it. Very technical. Kind of caught me a little off guard, but I got it. Just really pay attention when you're down in these areas to make sure that you get these L brackets on right. And don't do what I did and mess up the spacers completely because, that's what I like to do. All right, so this bracket is done, or that pod is done, and I'm on to the next one because I'm laying this down flat here. If anything else comes up, guys, let me know. We'll talk about it. I kind of ran out of all my subject material already that I kind of think in my head before I get cranking on this. Like, what can I talk about? So, yes, Micah. Sure. Yeah, they actually want to go outside. So loud. I don't know about anybody else who have kids, but if my kids try to tell me they have a stomach ache or a headache, I'm going to tell them that they're lying because I have not heard one headache or stomach ache this entire summer. And I don't know about you guys, but every 30 minutes, Dad, can I have a snack? I love them so much, but go away. I'm sure every other parent feels that. I'm going to set this off to the back here. And guess what? I'm going to be building, looks like I'm building another tower again, guys. So nothing too exciting. It's just the repetitions of stacking everything together again. So, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm building the other pod now. So this is going to be kind of boring, but we're hanging in there. We're only doing good. It's only been about an hour and some change on the stream. Got some likes in there. Appreciate everybody that liked it. If you haven't already, I ask that you please do. All right. All right, let's see here. Very exciting, yes. Nope, nothing new. All right, I'm just gonna keep building. If I see some comments pop up, I'll start talking. But I ain't gonna lie, guys. I already burned through all my subject material, so I have to sit here and think about this stuff in advance sometimes. Because it's kind of tricky to keep a conversation going on a build. And I have a list that I keep on my phone that I've already closed because I just like, hey, these are the topics I'm going to hit on today. Already talked about the ATTE. Talked about the Justifier and the Scythe, Brick Fair, the M&R Productions guy was there, Ryan. Let's see. Anything else on the top of my head? Nope, nothing's coming to mind. I don't know about you guys, but I'm also ready for fall sports to be back. Football and hockey for me. Those are the two main sports I watch. I am a Broncos fan and I am a Colorado Avalanche fan because that is where I am from. So, my baseball team is one of the worst baseball teams there is, the Colorado Rockies, because they have terrible owners. So it makes it hard to watch them because the owners hate their fans. And so, yeah. Thank you, Rockies. See, did I just click on something? Nope. All right. Nope, nothing. All right, guys, I'm staying focused. Throw comments out there. Give me something to talk about. I'll chat it up with you guys. I also thought this was only going to take me about an hour, so that's why I'm kind of out of subject material because I only planned on it being about an hour. I figured this would be a pretty straightforward build, and that's what I get for assuming it makes an ass out of you and me mainly. If that's okay, that just came to mind. If there's one Lego set or group that needs to come back, it's the Lord of the Rings. I would love to have the ability to buy some Lord of the Rings sets because I'm not paying what they are now. But that's the one I would probably buy if they came back out with Lord of the Rings. I'd love to get the two towers, get Orthanc and Barad-dûr, and build them up and make cool displays with that. So you know me, I always root for the bad guys. So I would totally drop some coin on some Lord of the Rings setups. So that'd probably be the only other one that I would dabble in because at that point I felt like I would start chasing too many things. So Let's see. Oh, okay. Talk about my vacation. So things I learned when I was on vacation in Colorado, as I always find out, is I get drunk really quick at altitude. I had like 2 drinks at altitude, and I was like, woo. So yes, that totally does happen. I've been at sea level for far too long, man. Every time I go home to altitude, 1, I can barely walk up steps without getting my butt winded, and 2, let me tell you, that alcohol hits harder when you're a mile high. Had a pretty cool sunburn. Did go to a baseball game while I was out there. So, and you do get sunburn easier because you are a mile closer to the sun. Those things are not urban legends; they actually happen. I forgot about them both as I normally do, and I was looking like a little smacked lobster after being outside at that baseball game. It was pretty warm, and then having a few drinks, and I'm like, why am I feeling this way? It's because I'm at altitude. And it doesn't help that I already take blood thinners as is, so my blood's already thin, so it's even more thin that I'm at altitude. And then stack a few more drinks on it, and I look like Rookie Central having beers. So, so yeah. So yeah, those are some fun things. I haven't lived in Colorado in like 20 years, so every time I go back, I have this saying that I'm a tourist in my own state because it's changed so much. It's hard for me to, remember anything. I remember my hometown area, but that's about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just making sure I'm on pace here with everything. Nope, still nothing. All right, guys, I'll just keep plowing on. Thanks for the 2 people that have stayed on. I know that's not exciting right now. There's nothing crazy. It's a lot of repetition, as you can see. I'm building the French's mustard towers right now. These may be the twin towers of, mustard. So, yellow. I'm tired of punching those out of a cup. And if any of my friends from Colorado are watching, thank you. You guys made my trip a lot of fun. It was challenging for me, but you guys made it a lot of fun for me. So I appreciate it for those that took the time to spend time with me and whatnot. It really made my trip home enjoyable. So this one's a lot more straightforward than the other one. I'm sure that, yep, there's the gotchas coming right there with the rods. I knew they were coming soon. I couldn't just keep racking these up like this for no reason at all. At some point we'd start putting rods together to conjoin the twins here. It's funny. They asked me to go to a friend's house, and they're still sitting in their room screaming at their tablets. I wish I could just lock them outside like when I was a kid and make them drink out of the garden hose, but no, it's not safe to drink out of garden hoses, which I think it's a travesty. Every garden hose should have drinkable water, but apparently you can't do it anymore. And I think they said it's because the chemicals now in the hoses, not so much the water, which again, still a travesty. As a kid, my mom would lock me outside after breakfast, and she'd only let me in the house if it was time to eat lunch or go number 2. Otherwise, I had to go find a bush to pee in. And if I got thirsty, she'd just point to the hose from the window. She would not let me in the house. Okay, what was that? There we go. It was like I had a piece shoot off. I was like, what was that? It was this piece. I'm just going to do this real quick because I only have a few discs left here. Okay, this one needs a flat one. That's pretty good. So I can really clamp down and make sure this is all seated up nicely. Yeah, it was a piece dropping on the floor, Levi. It's happened twice. It's a live stream where, one, I can't talk, and 2, I drop something on the floor. I do all the time. But I have to be extra careful because I won't hear it. Because when I'm downstairs in my room, I have carpet down there. I think I'm going to keep the carpet because it is classified as a bedroom, and I don't want to change it out to that hard flooring, at least not yet, because the carpet's still decent. So I think I'm just going to leave it as that for now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute here. 6. Hold on a second.
Execute Order 66.
Hold on a second. See, I did it again. I almost caught myself looking ahead. Really need to pay attention to that. I do that way more than I should. Levi is the Atlanta Brick Company guys were at this brick fair that I went to. I was kind of disappointed they weren't selling any sets. I'm sure they'd be overpriced, but it would just be cool if they'd actually brought some material. But they said that they didn't want to mess up the online sales. And I'm like, yeah, because people are spending hundreds of dollars on online Legos. You know, you could easily just say at a convention or turn off the store or whatever. But the guy that was there seemed pretty cool. I don't think it was any of the big guys there, the founders or whoever they are, but it was still cool to see that Atlanta Brick Co. showed up to it. I mean, all they were selling was merchandise, and I'm not paying them $30 for a Lego shirt. It wasn't even that good of a material. I was actually kind of disappointed with their sales, so to speak. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that wrong.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, that's my super sweet text tone. Yeah. Soon, I'm going to have the tattoo here. You guys are going to see it. I'm going to have execute order, and then I'm going to put 66 right here. It's going to be in the Arabesh, so it's going to be sweet looking. Just waiting for my my tattoo artist to give me a holler and let me know that it's time. I love getting tattoos, but I hate the fact that sometimes you got to wait months for an appointment, but you got to pay for quality. So, oh, you're going back to Maine, Levi. All right. Well, I'm jealous. Have a lobster for me, man. I may have you mail me some. But yeah, man, good for you heading back to Maine. Too cold for me. Couldn't do it. You know, that's why they call you guys the maniacs, right? So, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'd hold off on the Monarch. You don't want to move that. So, Yeah, no, not me, man. I've been in some miserable cold in the military with my travels all over the world. Once I can move out of Delaware, you're gonna either find me in some Florida key or some random ass island on like French Micronesia or something. Like you have to find a travel agent to come visit me. That's what I want to do. I like Delaware a lot, but I'm yeah. Yeah, that's right, buddy. I've been around the block a few times. So, you know, I've been in really cold places. So, yeah, I am not going to miss it at all when it comes time. First, I got to get my kids through. My kids like it here. It is cheap to live here, so I'll probably be staying here a while, but as soon as it's time, it'll be time. Yep, good old Army. We always like to say, ain't ready for the Marines yet. Nah, that's the nice thing. Us service branches can give each other crap, and it's cool. Civilians try to say something, and we're gonna slice them in two. Look, people say we eat crayons, Levi, but when war comes, they praise our artwork like we're painting the damn Mona Lisa. So I'll eat crayons all day long. Bring them on. Tasty. I was in Iraq in 2003 when the crayon story was birthed. So that's a story for another time. But I was actually there when that like became a thing, so to speak. The red crayon is the most valuable because in your mind it'll taste like cherry. It's if you tell yourself it's a grape crayon, it's going to taste like a grape crayon. Delicious. Exciting tower of mustard I am building here. So, mustard on a hot dog. If you put ketchup on a hot dog, you're no longer allowed to be in my house. Let's see here. It drives me crazy that these are all offline, but I know I'll have to use the pieces to line them up straight. So don't let that beat you up too bad. I'm trying not to let it beat me up, and my brain's like, fix it. All right, plugging along here. Getting to the end, guys. We're close. There's potentially a light here at the tunnel. Here goes another one. Oh man, that one's gonna. Where the heck did that one go? Oh man. Whew. Just about the worst piece to drop on the floor is that guy right there. I know, bad streamer. I walked away from my camera. Oh well, piece was on the floor. So we're basically doing on this one what we did the other one, but we don't have that arm attachment over here. So we're just, it looks identical to the other one. All right. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. I am so ready to be done with these and these. Putting these little yellow ones onto this one. So ready to be done. Yeah, don't worry about it, Levi, man. You don't have to apologize to me, dude. Well, maybe since you're moving to Maine, I can get Monarch and get a head start on you. I almost feel like this is a something I should be drinking. Just weird. But we're getting to the end, guys. We're starting to see the stacks are coming down. When I say the stacks, that means my Lego pile is starting to dwindle, or my piece pile. This isn't Lego. So that's what I just did right there is I put those pieces across the top because we're finally done tower building. Thank you, Jesus. So, on the Vonato website, I don't know what that is. Vonato sounds like a French website, man. Is that what that is? Oh, and this set does come with stickers. So there are stickers on this set. But you know me, I don't put stickers on it. There's only like 4, so I'm not doing it. But you can definitely do the stickers if you want, but that's just not me. If I find an extra set, I'll put them on here. But again, I'm not running out the house trying to put the stickers on. I don't know what the technical term is for these, but these will always be laser cannons to me. Forever and ever, amen. Finally, the pincher of death shows up. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Lighting kits. I have yet to do lighting kits. I just don't feel like taking my ship apart to put the lights in there, I'll be honest. So I don't know why. I just don't like doing it. So wow. They done messed up everywhere. I'm supposed to have these in dark gray, but they're in light gray. So I'm gonna have one set that's mismatched. So this will be the third time I've got a mismatched piece on here. They should be this color, but I have a set that's got the light gray on it. Now, hopefully it'll get covered up, but so that's 3 times in the first bag. Yeah, I got more wrong colors again. These are supposed to be dark gray, and I only have the light gray. That's the 4th time now I do not have the right color. Now, again, I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but those things just irritate me. I'm pretty sure I'm building the cockpit right now. There's no other explanation for this than this has to be the cockpit that I'm building. That's what I'm working on right now. Has to be the cockpit. Yep, lots of miscolored pieces, but so far everything is here. I think that extra stud piece was just a miscolored one. So at least everything is here, but definitely the colors are not matching up to what's in the book. So far, so good. All right, I'm just focusing on this, guys. It's not all that exciting right now. Oh, okay. See what they did here. So that's where I'm at right now. I've added this piece to it. It's kind of tricky how they want you to do on it. Just pay attention. It's going to be really loose up here. These pieces, like you see right here, they're not really brick locked into place yet. They're seated, but again, in my mind, there's a difference between a piece being seated and when other bricks lock it into place. That's why I call that term brick lock. Definitely not brick locked yet.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah. I'll see it in a second, Levi. I'm sure you sent me how to fix myself. All right, I'll take a look at it in a second, Levi. Let's see. I'm almost to the end on this bag here. Okay. And I'm basically doing the same thing on this side I did the other side with this angled piece right here. So there we go. So that was definitely the cockpit that I built there. It looks like I'm done. Yep, I'm done building. So I got a few extras, so that's nice. I always enjoy when I get a few extras to start off. That makes me happier. But for now, we got to assemble our pieces here. Okay. Let me...
Execute Order 66.
Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad, actually. So there we go. These pieces, when you build them together, they actually just snap into place. Don't mind this wobbly one here. It's going to be that way until you get the pieces here to lock it down. But that was actually, I've put together some tough Mold King stuff. You guys have seen it. So I was actually pretty shocked that those snap together fairly well and they're pretty solid. So there we go. Bag one is complete on the Mold King TIE Bomber. We got this little guy hanging down here. We'll figure that out eventually. I don't know. That's where they go to the bathroom. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on. It's a giant. It's the Twin Towers of mustard. Heinz versus French. Who's going to win? We all know French's is the best mustard. But at any rate, there we go. We are complete with bag one. Thank you for everybody that tuned in for the last couple of hours. It's been a lot of fun. I will have another live stream next Saturday, depending on when my daughter gets off work, probably 1 in the afternoon Eastern, but maybe 2. It just depends on her work schedule. Got to be a dad first. And I'll keep working on this throughout the week. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, and I will see you guys next week for the live stream, and I'll be building on this throughout the week. Till next time, guys.